March 3, 2019, 2:43 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. March 3, 2019, 2:43 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. NFL, Arizona Cardinals Nick Bosa and Montez Sweat were among the defensive linemen who showed out at the 2019 NFL Draft Combine. How will that impact the 2019 NFL Draft? The 2019 NFL Draft Combine was a showcase for one of the deepest and most talented defensive line classes in recent memory, and that class did not disappoint. Nick Bosa ran a 4.79 in the 40-yard dash, which is faster than his brother's, Chargers defensive end Joey Bosa, 2016 combine time of 4.86. Dexter Lawrence put up 36 reps in the bench press, one more than Aaron Donald had at the 2014 combine. Montez Sweat ran a faster 40 than Jadeveon Clowney. John Gary ran a faster 40 than Myles Garrett. Quinnen Williams and Brian Burns also put on shows, and Ed Oliver and Clelin Ferrell chose not to run the 40. More official 40 times for DLs. Montez Sweat 4.41 eyes, modern combine DL record. Brian Burns 4.53, Rashawn Gary 4.58, Chase Winovich 4.59, Nick Bosa 4.79. Speed, athleticism. This was on par with Shark Week on Discovery. The NFL Combine was great. The production is what matters. That is what makes this draft class that much more intriguing. During the NFL Network telecast on Friday, former Texans GM Charlie Casserly raised some eyebrows with his comments about Bosa. "I think this guy is better coming out of college than Jadeveon Clowney and Myles Garrett," Casserly said. "High-level production, etc., and those are two first picks in the draft. That's a big statement, and it defines the challenge for Bosa and the rest of the defensive linemen now." Joey Bosa, Donald, Garrett and Clowney are proven high-level producers at the next level. They clinched their draft status at the Combine. Bosa stands out among these defensive linemen as the best bet to be the No. 1 pick, but he has more competition given the depth at the position. To be that top pick, you better have the production. Here is a look at the 7 defensive ends who were drafted No. 1 with their career and single-season best sack totals since the NFL began tracking the statistic in 1982. Year player career season 1982 Kenneth Sims 17.5.5 1985 Bruce Smith 200 1992 Steve Emtman 83 2000 Courtney Brown 196 2006 Mario Williams 97.5 14.5 2014 Jadeveon Clowney 29 9.5 2017 Myles Garrett 20.5 13.5 Interior lineman Russell Maryland 1991 and Dan Wilkinson 1994 were also drafted with the top pick, but the same hit-or-miss theme exists. Bruce Smith and Steve Emtman were freaks in college, too, and they were separated by 192 sacks in the NFL. There are questions about this group, too. Bosa had 17.5 sacks the last 3 seasons, but he also missed most of last year after undergoing core surgery. Williams and Burns were breakout performers in 2018. Oliver and Gary missed significant time with injuries this past season. Oliver was questioned after a sideline argument with Major Applewhite during a game last season. Gary had just 9.5 sacks for his career. Sweat had 22.5 sacks at Mississippi State, but only after he transferred from Michigan State. Teammate Jeffrey Simmons was getting more draft buzz before suffering a torn ACL. Sweat still improved his stock perhaps more than any other elite lineman. Burns failed a drug test and suffered a quad injury at the Combine, and he was part of a defensive line that included Ferrell, Christian Wilkins and Austin Bryant. Watch Williams wows with blazing 40-yard dash. Clowney and Garrett, the last 2 defensive ends to go number 1, did not have as many questions. That means the 2019 NFL Draft could go one of 2 directions. Option 1, Bosa could go number 1 or number 2, and there could be a first-round run for the ages with a record number of defensive linemen selected. We saw this wave coming before last year's draft. Option 2, Arizona could entertain taking Kyler Murray with a number 1 pick, and the depth at the position could cause teams to wait. Perhaps a few of these incredible talents fall a little bit further than they should because of the ample supply. Some first-round talents could turn into third-round picks. We're still betting on the first trend to emerge, whether it's Bosa or another defensive lineman who goes in the top 2 picks. Nick Bosa has a strong case to be no. 1, but then again, so did Joey, who went number 3 in the 2016 NFL Draft behind Jared Goff and Carson Wentz and ahead of Ezekiel Elliott and Jalen Ramsey. There were no misses, and this draft feels that way, too, as far as the defensive line position goes. Bosa, Williams, Gary, Sweat, Oliver, Burns, Farrell. So many sharks, well, defensive linemen, to choose from after watching the combine. There is no doubt this class makes the 2019 NFL Draft that much more entertaining. But in the end, what we will remember is how these elite athletes produce at the next level.